Hello, everybody. That was the Megan Turbo Warehouse tune, but just me saying welcome to the show. This is happening number 5. This is Tim Batt. Happy National Tatey Day to you if you're in the United States of America. Happy International Transgender Day of Visibility. The annual event occurring on March 31st dedicated to celebrating transgender people and raising awareness of discrimination faced by trans people worldwide. Also, Happy International Drug Checking Day. This is also known as pill testing in the Southern Hemisphere, where I am, a way to reduce the harm from drug consumption by allowing users to find out the content and purity of their shit. How's everybody doing? Lovely to see you all in the chat. We're in double digits. Not only that, we got 25 people watching right now simultaneously, and that is my favorite number, so that fucking rules. I'm going to get a thingy on. I did not do as much prep for this show as I have done for previous ones because I'm feeling sassy. And I'm like, maybe we should just get some people on. I should open up Skype in case anyone wants to give us a ring. Get some people on and just see what the mood of the people is. We've still got a lot of art to show you because the credo of this show is putting the art in party. We're having a party. Just because you're locking us in our houses doesn't mean we can't party. We got the internet, man. We're doing it. A lot of people just saying, hey, that's great. Mark, Chris, Harry, Jeremy in the chat. Secret Beetle back again. Good to see you. Guy Montgomery's in the chat and Secret Beetle. I think this is addressed to Monty. Are you ready to make a definitive statement on COVID yet? We wait with bated breath to see what Guy Montgomery makes of COVID-19. Mark, love that hat, Tim. Thank you very much. This is a limited edition piece of swag from Grown Ups 2. A very nice man named Brett gave it to me in Los Angeles. Timbo, looking like he's about to save my life at a local pool, and I love it. That is the look, Daniel, for sure. The reason why I love this so much is I can't even remember. Oh, I know where I got this. It was at like a JJ's or something. I can't remember why I was in a JJ's, but this shirt was like $15. And it's clearly got a picture of the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and then they've just slapped San Francisco on the front. And that really appeals to me. I dig that in a big way. If you would like to contact us on the show, we've got the details down in the blippy there. And I made up this little thing so that you know where all the things are. It's more to help me, to be honest, so I've got something on screen. Instagram and Twitter have got the same handle, at happening_show, facebook.com/thisishappeningshow, and you can support us or email us at thisishappeningshow@gmail.com. That's a PayPal address as well, or at patreon.com/happeningshow. Back to me, please. Thank you, computer. I love computers. They're so cool. Sometimes they don't work so good, and then it's very frustrating, but most of the time, man, underrated. We didn't used to have them. Big old show for you in spite of the fact that I didn't do as much prep as normal. And I think let's get things kicked off with a Fly As Hell music video from Sex Brews. I like a lot of things about this band. They're from South Carolina, from memory, from Charleston, South Carolina. And Joel Schooling, who is a contributor here at Happening and a viewer, he wrote with the link and he sent it in and he said, I've worked with this band twice doing live visuals and they're fantastic. I also have an Instagram where I take weird glitchy pictures. I haven't loaded up a Chiron for Joel, but I will, but I'll spell it for you. It's Joel Schooling, as you'd expect, and then the number 2 on Instagram. And Joel has, I wonder if I can put this on screen now actually, made some real hot shit. What I call bumpers, I think they're called. Look at that. A true blue happening bump. I feel like we're on our way to creating our own little Adult Swim here, God willing. So, without further ado, let's kick off the show with our first little contribution of art. This is a song called Rona, which you'll be able to see was put together pretty recently by the band Sex Brews. That's the other thing I like about these guys. They're funny, they're talented, and they've got a question mark in the band name. So you've got to pronounce it Sex Brews. Here's Sex Brews.
That don't mean that we all gotta be all alone. You know that we can make love over cellular phone. On the screen, you and me, and no need for Rona. And I'm getting text messages from my friends, and they look really important, so I open them. But 9 times out of 10, it's just that pic of the naked guy with a giant.
Am I the only one getting these messages?
I guess what I'm trying to say is we are gonna be okay, and you know we're gonna find a way, just as long as we practice social distancing and don't touch each other for a while now, and we gotta stay away from the Rona, Rona. Girl, I wanna see you dance from a distance. Rona, Rona. Sitting in the living room, time to turn off the news and groove with sex brews, with sex brews.
Blammo, and I'm back. That was Sex Brews is the name of the band, and Rona is the name of the song. Missed a very important bit of information for you guys up top. If you're commuting in Auckland, I know we've got a big Auckland viewer base, and you're in your car right now because that's where I watch internet shows as well. If you're heading State Highway 1 at Millwater southbound, this is a live traffic cam. We're looking okay for your nightly commute at the moment. Things are just ticking over there pretty nicely. I can assure you that there's a live traffic cam. That's not a still. Let's have a look. If you happen to be going northbound, State Highway 20 at May Road Overbridge, again, it's looking pretty good from what I can see. Looks like you're going to have a relatively easy drive home, so that's also useful. State Highway 16 southbound. Look, I don't know that that's the most useful shot. To me, that actually looks like maybe someone's hit the traffic cam with their car, but maybe it's because I'm looking at it in this tiny screen. Not 100% sure. But at any rate, we're looking pretty good in terms of the traffic there. Sex Brews, what a great band, huh? Never been to South Carolina, but I'd love to go someday. Feel free to give us a call on the show. I'm going to be taking some calls today, I've decided, because I think it's a cool thing to do. We've got the internet. We have the power at our hands. We can do anything on here, except for things that YouTube will take us down for, so whatever. Furby in the chat saying they're not live. Seconds aren't incrementing. There's no clock on there, mate. Oh, there is a clock on there. Everything I can see is tiny. All right, I'll give it a little refresh. Let's see what the traffic's doing right now on State Highway 16. Just refresh that again. Is that refreshing so quick I can't even see? Yeah, it is. Fuck, look at that. It's looking pretty clear to me, mate. We've got some cars there that went there before. That's State Highway 20. So things are starting to clog up there if you're thinking of going northbound on State Highway 20. And we'll give the old southbound State Highway 1 at Millwater a refresh as well. That's looking pretty clear, pretty tasty for your commute home. Yeah, if you want to give me a Skype, feel free. We've got the machine up right there. But we got cool art to show with you and games and stuff, because that's what we do on Happening. We're having a good time. We're having a party together as a bunch of friends online. What else is happening in the chat? Taylor's here, Auckland's best quizmaster. That is clearly not live, Tim. I've just caught you all up with that. I've got the live stream open as well, so I can see the delay. It's like, I don't know, 30 seconds or something like that. We've got a cool game that I want to throw to now with a person who is becoming a real favourite on Happening, recurring game show host, Simon Nathan, who is a TV writer and just a gem of a person, and also the newly minted presenter of the show, What's That Sound?
What's that sound? What's that sound? Well, it's going round and round. What's that sound?
Hello and welcome back to What's That Sound? It has been 158 hours since I've seen somebody I know. The other day I tried to leave the house, opened the door, and a pit bull attacked me. And then I went back inside, so I still don't have groceries. I'm doing a lot of thinking about sounds, so today I'm going to try and vary things up a little bit. It's plastic, but not just ordinary plastic. It is bubble wrap. It's not very good bubble wrap. I like one where you can grab it and twist. Oh! Okay, what is this sound? Oh no. Sounds like a bad trip to the loo. Nope, it's actually old milk. Oh no. What is this sound?
It's the shower, numbnuts.
What's next? It was a pepper grinder.
Oh shit, they're old.
It was old pomegranate seeds. Okay, one more. As requested. There's no better sound in the world. If you have any suggestions of sounds that you love, please let me know. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.
Simon Nathan. I'm getting the hang of this thing. There's her Chiron, lover of sounds, great human being, excellent game show host. What's that sound? How did you guys do? Not very well, actually. Got a lot of people saying ooh and gross in the comments. But not a lot of guesses. Wheeze? She got you with that one. She tricked you. She tricked you good. Happy, if you're in America, National Tater Day, as they call it. Not even Potato Day. It's listed online as National Tater Day. And I think it's important that taters get their due, but honestly, who is the authority coming up with these designations? Who goes, yeah, I'm in charge of this particular calendar day, and I've heard from the potato people, and let's ignore the 40 kgs of beautiful, washed spuds in my back, trailer. I've just decided that it's important for society in America to make it National Tater Day. I don't fucking get it. I really don't. Lovely that you're all joining us there in the chat. No, it's gone down. Oh, we got to get the quality of content up. Tim, your shirt isn't the US Capitol at San Francisco City Hall. Is it really? Because now you've just ruined the reason why I loved the shirt so much. So cheers for that. It's still visually cool. But I always thought it was Washington, D.C. And it was a gag. But it turns out the gag's on me. Calling them taters seems disrespectful. To who? It's American National Tater Day. So you got to say it like that. Right? I'm assuming. I'm going to throw to another bit, and this is another recurring segment from a good friend of the show and a friend of mine, Chris Parker. You know him, you love him. He's making a real name for himself doing felting on Instagram at the moment. It's really taken hold here in the New Zealand online social media circles. It's crazy. It looks like you just stab a thing enough times, and then suddenly you've got like a little bird or a dog or something. And Chris Parker's been absolutely mastering the skill of it. It's pretty fantastic. Maybe we'll check in on some crafts with him later. But for right now, he's providing an essential public service while we're all locked down in our respective bunkers or bungalows, depending on what side of the tracks you're in. And he is giving us a little taste of what we're missing out. That thing we crave so bad. Not taters, but banal office chat.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to. Friday here, I crawled in. Just thought I'd try something different. Oh boy. Did you must have got the old card? Oh, he's leaving card. Quickly sign it, yeah. No, the rumours are true, it is my last day. Apparently I'm not bringing a healthy vibe into the office. Leave your personal shit at the door, they said. No, they are definitely thinking it's my fault that they're linking me to Di's disappearance. So, not feeling good about that. I think if you talk enough kind of trash about Di, then people will start pointing fingers, and that started with Fiona. She was like, oh, he's such a piece of shit, he's always talking shit about my mum, and he's definitely done this. And I was like, ease off, leave me alone. So yeah, no, it is not a good situation for this old joker. But I've got a theory. Do you want to hear it? I think Di's done this to fucking spite me. And I think she's in the fucking south of France. And she's living it up. And she knew how this was going to ruin me. Because I got a phone call from this unknown French number on my Nokia. And I thought, who's calling me? And no one picked up, but I just heard breathing, kind of a raspy breathing, because she loved the darts. And I thought, Di, is that you? Hung up. So she thought, I'll get you, you bastard. I'll run away to the house in the south of France, leave you alone, ruin your whole bloody life. So Fiona's left me. Can't see my kids. I'm being fired today. Yeah, you win, Di, but doesn't stop me from buying a ticket to the south of France and fucking finding you. Yeah, but apart from that, no, I'm good. I am good. So anyway, I'll leave you to it. You seem to be busy, and don't want to hold you up any much longer. So anyway, I guess there'll be leaving drinks. We don't know. I haven't heard anything. So no, it's fine. It's maybe see you later, or maybe see you never. Again, I will be just down the back of the office. If you want to say goodbye or whatever, I would appreciate it. Doodaloo.
That's Chris Parker with a decreasing amount of banal chat, to be honest. It's a lot of chat, but it's not banal anymore. It's kind of, we're getting somewhere now. Hashtag justice for Di. Dang right, Secret Beetle. Daniel writes, Carol Baskin didn't kill her husband like Chris Parker didn't kill Di. Real hot take. What an anchor to tie Chris Parker to. That's for sure. Oh no, does this mean no more banal chats? No, it's Di that's missing. Chris is, he'll be sticking around the office even if he's not working there officially. Just got an email that's landed in the inbox. I'm going to take this out because, you know why, I talk about it every episode. It's hearing your own voice half a second after you say everything, and it's maddening. Alex has emailed in, and it's quite dangerous to not pre-read an email, to just, like, flop it out, so hopefully it's not offensive. Timbley. My grandma's retirement village has a monthly newsletter, The Village Voice, that I love to read to find out all the gossip and what bus trips are coming up. Well, one month I got in and sat down to read, and while the first paragraph was something that raises many more questions than it answers. Who wrote the letter? About who? Where did they send it? Unfortunately, we never got any further mention, so no closure. I wanted to send this to someone to enjoy, but never knew who until the friend zone seems like the right place. Oh, maybe I've got the wrong thing open. But using friend zone terminology on Happening, I'll allow it. That's usually something on Guy Montgomery and I's podcast, The Worst Idea of All Time. But, I mean, we've opened Pandora's box here. We've got to have a look inside Pandora's box, as the famous metaphor goes. Much love. Alex and Jane from Melbourne. P.S. You put a picture of us with Jane wearing her homemade prawn salad up on your Instagram one year during Comedy Festival. Made our day to meet you. Oh, that's sick. We've met. Thanks, Alex and Jane. So without further ado, folks, I've actually got The Village Voice. Oh, the titles are outstanding for Chris. Well, that was Thomas Cottle. Sick-days.com. And that beautiful music was from Stryan Cole. He just whipped it up. He's good. It's beautiful stuff. Village Voice, number 85, 23rd of June, 2019. Dear residents, under the thin veneer of civilization, our village harbours the unseemly side of human nature, viz. An anonymous hate or poison letter writer. One of our residents has received what can only be described as a disturbing litany of untruthful malice and spite from a character assassin, unknown as yet, but unfortunately breathing the same air. This is full on. We are a community of people from all walks of life with differing tastes, opinions, outlooks, etc., and there is no place in this village for people with paranoia, with minds that have a distorted concept of reality, where fear, envy, and cowardice reside, which is expressed in hate mail. Also, the making of defamatory statements is illegal. We're here to enjoy our remaining years in an atmosphere of peace, companionship, and cordiality. It is a sad and disappointing state of affairs that any resident, particularly one who has contributed much to this village, should be subjected to this unconscionable form of bullying. I hope that you are all in agreement that we will not tolerate such behaviour and would support the eviction of this offender should they be identified. That came to us from the president of the Social Club Committee for whatever residential community The Village Voice, issue number 85, came from. Someone called Marion wrote that. Prose. Frame it, put it on a wall. That's a beautiful bit of writing. Really does make the mind wander, though, as to what has happened at the village. What was said about this presumably old patron sitting out there trying to chill out? What slanderous, libel, half-truths were told about this person? I want to know. It's juicy. It's fucking juicy. It's got me all juiced up. How the hell can you do this when Bachelorette Tell-All is about to begin? Amy, I'm not sure that you are the target audience for this streaming show. You can enjoy us at the same time, though. Just flick me on when there's ads. Is it a show that's on TV? I don't know. course, I know The Bachelorette's on TV, but I'm just saying maybe you're watching it online and maybe it doesn't have ads. I don't know. How do people make money now? Has TVNZ got a Patreon yet? Has TV3 got a Kickstarter? Don't know. I'm probably doing better financially than TV3, one of our 2 free broadcasters here. Anyway, moving on. We've got some beautiful pictures that have been submitted from someone called Mika. Now, I don't have Mika's socials, and I don't want to say their last name. However, look at this beautiful art. This is from episode 1, where Guy Montgomery and our attires weren't quite in sync. That is the first of like 5 pictures that Mika has sent in. I think it is one for each individual episode. So presumably this is for episode number 2. I love the style. It's so cool. Look at this. Fantastic. That's hand painted, folks. You can tell. That is really cool. Dig that in a big way. And then the graphic that you were presented with at the start of the show, which was in reference to our last episode, which got shut down by a copyright strike brought about by the evil empire that is YouTube.com, aka Google, aka Alphabet. They tried to stop us, but they can't. And instead of getting shut down, we put ourselves back on, pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps, and then created this beautiful bit of art from Mika. Probably Micah. I've been through this before. Now, as I said before, let me just get myself back on here. Micah didn't provide any social for me to get into, like social media things to attribute. However, they have quite a distinctive surname, which I Googled, their full name. Didn't find any social media accounts that I could try and verify if there was a similar art style out there on Instagram or something like that. But what I did arrive at was a page on ratemyprofessors.com where Professor, presumably Micah, is receiving 100%, would take again, 2.3 level of difficulty. I don't know what that's out of. I've got no idea. And in fact, there's only, I believe... Oh, no, there's a bunch of comments, but my favourite one is here. This has been rated the most helpful rating by co-users of ratemyprofessors.com. January 11th, 2019. Amazing professor and person. Come to class and you will end up with an A on all his assignments. He makes a lot of jokes and he makes the class very enjoyable. I also think he is super cute. I had a huge crush on him. Micah. The other ones don't look nearly as entertaining, so I'm just going to gift him that. It's pretty good. Oh, the first picture that I showed, Tim and Guy, emailed from me actually, Tim, a friend drew it. Sorry, Mark. Sorry about that. We don't have good systems here because it's just me scrambling around trying to get everything. So my apologies for that miscrediting. But I can tell, I'll put it back on screen, shall we? This is the lovely bit of art that I misattributed to Micah. This is actually from at PLAKOARK on Twitter and Instagram. Get a load of that. Will I do a chyron for it? Because that's at this stage how we pay people on this show. Is that right? Is it right? I'm looking at the spelling now. I'm looking at the spelling and I'm going... Yeah, dude. Nailed it. Fantastic. Mark went on to write, by the way, seriously, I love the idea of the show that you've made. It is such a friendly vibe and I'm enjoying tuning in every episode. Thanks, Mark. What salt in the wound to then misattribute a bit of art that you contributed to the show yourself. Maybe the slanderous person that they were talking about in the retirement village is somehow a time-traveling version of myself. Spreading lies and mistruths around the village. I seriously want to know what happened in that retirement community. Now, A good man around campus in Auckland City, where I live, is a guy named Paul Amos. Paul has been creating brilliant. I literally don't know how to get myself back on screen. There we go. Has been making such fantastic content in all sorts of different forums. Live, he does stand-up comedy. I once saw him bring the house down at the Classic, which is the only full-time comedy club in New Zealand. He ate a sandwich on stage. He just ate the whole sandwich. Very Andy Kaufman vibe, but everyone was in hysterics. It's hard to make eating a sandwich funny, but he nailed it. So Paul Amos has sent us a couple bits of content. He also dabbles in video creation, and he's a real multimedia kind of a dude. So here is a very short 15-second thing that Paul has sent in called Original Internet Song by Paul Amos.
Get your kids the internet. That's right, it's everywhere and it floats in the air and it's cool. Get the internet for those kids.
There's Paul Amos there. That's his tag with Original Internet Song. Paul hosted, I don't think it's going anymore, unfortunately, but this amazing live comedy chat show called Talk Show and Tell with Matthew Crawley, who's another whole cool guy. We've got to get on the show a little bit later on, and we will. He's one of those guys who knows everyone. He books concerts. He works at a record store. I think he manages it, actually. Just a real cool dude. And the two of them would come together, with Matthew Crawley being the sort of musical offsider to Paul Amos's host extraordinaire compere. They would do songs. They would bring comedians on. They'd play games with the crowd. It was fucking dope. Not dissimilar from what eventually we will build on this show as the episodes go in. I'm trying to throw a new thing in each time, so that I think here's going to be the problem. If I, at some stage, and I'm not saying it's going to be anytime soon, but if I get too used to the system and a bit too smooth at running it, then where's the fucking fun in that, Then you may as well just be watching television with trained professionals and a lot of resources behind it. That's not interesting. You want to see something that could go wrong at any minute. That's entertainment in the modern age. You want to see this. This is what you want to be seeing. It's happening. This is what it's all about. Paul Amos has sent us another fantastic bit of content. This is an episode of a long-running segment that he's made of his own outside of Happening. It's been going for years. This is Paul's Pantry.
Welcome to a special lockdown edition of Paul's Pantry. Today we're going to look at home brand tomato soup condensed.
Tomato soup is a soup with tomatoes the primary ingredient. It can be served hot or cold in a bowl whatever you like really. It may be made in a variety of ways. It can be smooth in texture, and there are also recipes which include chunks of tomato, creamy, chicken bits or vegetable bits.
So, just having a look at the can first. As you can see, it's made by a home brand. Got the little Woolworths logo there, but better known as Countdown in New Zealand. So you can see this is tomato soup. It's condensed. There are no artificial colours, flavours or preservatives, and it's 415 grams. Got this handy information on the front. It's 3.5 health star rating. Energy is 139 kJ. Saturated fats is under 0.1 gram. Sugar is 4.5. Sodium 2 to 3 milligrams. And that's per 100 grams, all that information. So pretty nice looking can, pretty straight up. I know it's got a few dings. It's been in my pantry for a long time, but during this lockdown, this is the type of food that we're getting out, looking through that pantry, digging in there and getting some old stuff out. As you can see, maybe a little bit of rust on the can too. This is just telling you how to open it. So you lift, one is you lift the tab to the rim. Two, you pull it back maybe, pull it back. Then you lift the tab to the rim and pull back. Oh, that's the same thing, just repeated twice. Looking on the back, you got how to cook it on the stovetop, how to cook it in the microwave. You got cooking instructions. You got my favourite, of course. Yeah. Nutritional information. Let's have a look. We'll go straight to the fat. Not much fat. That's really good. Yeah. Carbohydrates, 14.3 per serving, or 6.9 per 100 grams. Fiber, you got 0.6 per 100 grams. Sodium, 461 milligrams. Ingredients, tomato puree, 93%, so that's good. That's what you'd expect. You got sugar, wheat starch, salt, spices, yeast extract, thickener. Thickener's 415. It's one of my favourite thickeners, 415. Used to be a big fan of the 414, but definitely improved it with the 415. Contains soybeans. There's natural colour, 160C. Allergen advice, contains gluten and soybeans. Got a barcode there. Got storage instructions, store in a cool, dry place. We definitely had done that. I'd been storing it in my cupboard for, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago I bought this. Got all the information. Please recycle steel, replace and refund guarantee if you're not happy with the purchase. So that's it. We're just doing a kind of a quick version during the lockdown. So thanks for watching Paul's Pantry, and we'll catch you next time. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Paul Amos there with Paul's Pantry, and here is how you find that man on Twitter. I love his work. I love it big time. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we've just had a, I don't know what it is. I've just been sent it just now, moments ago, live while we're doing the show. A little art submission. Let me read the message here from Katie. My niece directed this, and I think you should put it on the show. Yeah, that's how this works. So, I don't know if the sound's going to work. I reckon it will. Let's have faith and see how this goes. All right, let's get it on screen. Lovely stuff. And let's give it a whirl.
Little Red Riding Hood, I want you to take this basket of food to your grandma who's sick in the forest. Remember, don't talk to any strangers on the way when you go through the forest.
Ooh. Move, Bush. La 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 la.
Hello, dear. What are you doing in the forest?
I'm going to my Nana's house to give her this basket of food.
Maybe you should pick her some flowers. She would love that. Even though Little Red Riding Hood did not like the wolf very much, she thought picking flowers was a good idea.
Come in.
Riding Hood, my dear, please come in closer. I can't see you there.
Who is it?
It's me, Granny, Little Red Riding Hood. Why, Granny, what big ears you have.
All the better to hear you with, my dear.
Granny, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
My, what big mouth you have.
All the better to eat you with. What was that noise? A senorita! I have caught the wolf, and now I will kill the wolf.
Hurry up! Ew, gross, 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 gross! Ugh. Yuck, 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 yuck. Yuck, yuck. Thank you for saving me and my grandpa.
You are welcome. I will chop him up into little pieces and feed him to my dogs.
The end.
That was awesome. I really liked that a lot. It looks like some other people were fans as well. I'm just trying to make sure nothing else plays that shouldn't. It's Tim here. You can follow us in all the bullshits that are on screen right now. So that's Stacey. Stacey is the niece who directed it, and it was sent in by Katie. Stacey, what an amazing job you've done. There's seriously great storytelling. I loved that a lot. That girl is the next Signora Spigao. Spilgaro. I like that. Bit of fun on the show, bit of fun on Happening. This is what it's all about. You're damn right, person whose name I can't pronounce because there's a lot of macrons and hyphens and things on everything. This is what it's all about on Happening. We should probably do just a one-off. I don't know if it would be sustainable in the long term because I swear like a sailor, but do a kids episode of Happening. Just one, and we'll publicise it in advance, and we'll get just all kid-friendly content. And I think that'd be a fun, cool little thing for us to do. Standing O for Stacey. Dang right, Secret Beetle. Deserves an Oscar. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll have to email that auntie and niece pair back and let them know the positive feedback, just in case they weren't one of the 40 people who's watching right now. If you'd like to get in touch on the show, I believe Skype is open. So send me a message or just call through, and maybe it will work. I mean, realistically, who knows? This is episode number 5, getting my head around things. Didn't do a big equipment test at the start of the show like I normally do today, so I'm kind of surprised we're on the air. But in record time, I was only like 8 minutes late this time, I think, and so far, no copyright stings, so that's great. What's the time limit for submissions, bro? Well, Chris, it kind of depends on what... Oh, do you mean like duration of the bit? I mean, look, I played Stu Dolman's almost 9-minute opus last episode about a Mitsubishi Lancer, a 99 Mitsubishi Lancer, that I think had 4 minutes of credits. So, look, all of that to say, things are pretty loosey-goosey as it stands at the moment. So just... you send something in, I'll put the submission contact details back on screen for you right now. Email them through to thishishappeningshow@gmail.com. That's the best way, and then I can get it up on the thing. Does that sound good? Does that sound like a good plan? Now, another recurring bit from another cool friend of mine, Alice Soper, has sent in part 2 of... Oh, nuts. I haven't loaded into the system. Okay, we'll play another thing now, and I'll get Alice's bit while that's playing. This cool guy called Lachlan, who unfortunately I haven't grabbed his social details, he got in touch. He was like, hey, here's a bunch of videos that me and my mates have made recently. Do you want to play any on the show? And... hey, I don't know what else to tell you. This is one of them. I think this is an Aussie dude called Lachlan with Dear the SPCA.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you. I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call Animal Rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never gonna get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
A true disaster. Sorry about that, folks. I doubled up the audio on it. Should I play it again? It's not that long. It's 60 seconds. I'm going to try and play it again, this time with not doubled up audio. I should play it later in the show, but I'm just going to play it right now because it's all queued up. Here's Lachlan again with better audio.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you. I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call animal rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never gonna get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
I liked that a lot. It's oh, he's in the chat actually. It's Sudsies. Sudsies, biff up your social media stuffs. And at everyone's request, I'm going to play it again, but with the echo. So once again, here is a dude called Lachlan with Dear the SPCA. This time with echo again.
Hey, the RSPCA. So I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you, I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call animal rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never gonna get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
There's Sudsy. Hopefully that time we had the echo in there for you folks, and hopefully you don't have echo on me right now. It's all interplay, isn't it? That's his socials. He put it in the chat. Make sure you follow him. And we're going to play some other videos from him and his gang very, very soon as well. Round 3, says Sudsies. Pay attention to the emails in the background for some Easter eggs. Maybe I'll play it I'm not going to play it a fourth time. I will play it a fourth time. Here is Lachlan, a cool Aussie dude with Dear the SPCA.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with, thank you, I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call animal rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never gonna get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
How are we enjoying that so far, folks? Do we think we've seen enough of that? Or one more? Tell us in the comments. In the meanwhile, let's do... Oh yeah, the thing I was setting up before, which I now definitely had time for because I've played that 4 times in a row. This is a cool segment from Alice Soper called Mad Skills.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you, I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call animal rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never going to get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
So something interesting is happening with the audio now, where I can't. I used to be able to hear the things in my headphones, but now I can't hear them anymore. So let me try and dingle some dangles and flip some switches. And in the meantime, we've received a beautiful video from Tom Katsumi, who's popular online. We're internet friends. We're mates on Twitter. He tweets good stuff, and I believe does like kind of stitch work, needlepoint, that thing. It's real cool. So he sent us this beautiful bit of art that he's been creating at home, presumably with the time off. And let's have a look at that now.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal.
I'm sorry, I'm like a dog with a bone. You find a funny gag and I run it right into the ground. But we had some fun over those half dozen or so spins of that, didn't we? Didn't we have a good time? Let's get a palate cleanser. Let's have a look at Mika's cool art for this episode. Micah. That's cool, baby. That's nice. That's visually appealing. It's interesting. I dig it. I want to show you guys some bumps as well that people have sent in. I can't remember who sent me this one. I'm going to try and figure it out while it's playing. Oh, I think I played this just moments ago from that awesome, talented artist who worked with Sex Brews. And that person is Joel Schooling. Joel Schooling 2 online on the Instagrams. Once again, folks, you can join us on all of these things. You can give us a call. There's a crumb on the table next to the computer. A crumb. I mean, I know this is pretty good def, but you can see a crumb. Oh, you mean in the video that I've been playing. That's right. We have definitely seen it enough, though. And I wasn't making that up about Tom Katsumi's cool thing. This is not loaded, apparently. That's interesting. Let me see if I can fix this on the fly while I'm talking to you guys. It's pretty neat. Like, this is the thing I love. People just having the show on in the background while they do little arts and crafts and stuff. Good for the self-care. Yeah, should be able to see this. Share this with you. This is Tom Katsumi, who's creating a little needlepoint art. Oh, that's a flash-looking hat. Does that look familiar to anyone else? Oh, nice jawline. What good-looking cowboy are we dealing with here? Well, folks, it's a two-dimensional version of my face in needlepoint from episode, I think, number 3. I was wearing that. How cool is that? I love it. I kind of look like Super Mario before the deets in. Seriously cool. Now, off the back of what happened in the last episode, I've been sent some songs, some cool music from some different people. One of them's a producer, I think, a friend/producer of a cool New Zealand artist called Indigo. Sent me their music video, but now I'm real gun shy about playing it after what happened in the last episode. I was talking to Priya Sami, whose song Just Keep Explaining, I think that's what it was called. We played, and even though, like, I was talking to her at the time, it was in YouTube's system, and we got copyright struck and taken off the air, which I didn't even know was a thing. I thought this was the internet last time I checked. I was a citizen of the internet. So unfortunately, I won't be playing Indigo's video, but you should go and check it out because her mate Yarden sent in a real lovely email. Tim, long time admirer, super stoked. We've got someone like yourself doing the good work in New Zealand. Here's the connection. My flatmate is an audio producer / musician and working on an Auckland musician's first album. Her name is Indigo, and I recently collabed with her on the first singles music video filmed at Rangitoto High School. Big ups to Lewis for the camera work. It'd be absolutely insane to not play any of it now. So I didn't actually plan to do this, but you can't give a tease in that length and read the email and not play any of the video. So what I'll do is let's just chance it, and I'll see if I can. Where would it be? I'll see if I can get this up and just play like enough of it that you can see how cool it is and how great it sounds. And it's on Spotify as well, which is why I'm scared of it, because if it's on Spotify, it's probably in the system. Oh, dang. Thought it would be right there. So you can look up the whole one, but I wanted people to get a little taste for themselves. And hopefully, my skills at padding for time could use a bit of a brush up as well. You'd think by now I'd be able to find it. Let's just search, Indigo. Where is it in my folders? Running Wild here. The song is called Running Wild, and I think it's loaded up now. So I'm just going to play that for you. Enjoy. This is Indigo.
You can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you, I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call Animal Rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never going to get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
Yeah, like after all that, I'm not going to do the bit again? Come on! You're kidding yourself! You're absolutely kidding yourself if you think that I could create something that open to exploitation and not drive right into it. Take you with me in the front seat. Seriously though, here is a little bit of Indigo's music video, which hopefully won't get us taken off.
In it, but you didn't go the distance for us. Baby, I know you love to run. It's like I got a ghost in my reflection that doesn't ever leave. Same old beginning, but a new direction. Will it ever be?
Eyes on me, please. But that's Indigo, who you can look up online on Spotify, and at indigo.is.here is the social media handle that was sent to us by Yarden, who is the flatmate of a producer. Producer who worked with Indigo on the song. Beautiful song, and I'm saying that by memory because I can't hear anything anymore, which is fine. It's like episode 1 all over again. Now, did people enjoy the, I'm going to estimate, 8th viewing of Lachlan's video? Judging by the comments, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Yes and no. And that's at Sudsies _ there. Hey, and before SPCA at the drop. Yeah, nice, Barnaby. Good to see that Barnaby's watching. You see some of his contributions on this episode and previous episodes as well. He sent in a song with his partner Mary. If you want to join us at all, oh, that's cool. I forgot I made that one. I was actually looking for this one. You can join us now on Skype. Took the liberty of buying a phone number, which I believe is for some reason in the state of Illinois. So if you, who I would love to hear from is the person who only has a landline and not Skype, and yet is watching the show somehow. If you are one of the 34 people who's watching live right now, mate, I would love for you to give me a ring or a message on Skype. That would be absolutely tremendous. I think I've actually played most of the stuff that I had planned for the episode today. Maybe we'll just do a slightly shorter one than normal for you all. There was one more music video, and I'm not sure if I programmed it in or not. And that is from Pickle Darling, who I think I actually took this out of the show rundown because we were going to have a chat to Pickle Darling, and we will at some stage. This is a musician from Christchurch artist, which is my hometown, the South Island of New Zealand, who's been making some waves. Cool dude, I think. And we played one of Pickle Darling's music videos the other day. It was the one, if you remember, I think it was a girl going down a slide over and over again. It was really nice. Great, both music video and just the song itself was tremendous as well. And now I've just loaded into the little system while I've been talking to you another song of theirs, which is called Greta. So enjoy this. This is Greta by Pickle Darling. So nice. That is Pickle Darling, who you should check out on Spotify. Oh wait, Spotify? Definitely Bandcamp. I know that to be true. I forgot a bit, which I've just loaded in as well. This is good. Carlo Ritchie, Australian comedian, friend of mine, genius. I was going to say one half, but he's 1/3 of an outfit called the Bear Pack, which this unbelievably talented improv group that he and Steen, they get together on stage, right? And they perform a story with just a couple offers at the start from the crowd. I've seen the show a couple of times at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, RIP, not happening this year. We'll be back with a vengeance next year. And Beer Pack are accompanied on stage, the two gents, who make up this long-running story over the course of the whole hour. They just keep the story going and it weaves in and out. Or maybe they do like two in a big, long hour show. And it's underscored the whole time with a live-on-stage celloist? A person playing cello. And it is just like, it's funny and it's silly. They're both such good storytellers. And then in addition to that, this beautiful cello that just kind of elevates the whole thing. It's bloody brilliant. If you ever get the opportunity to see the Beer Pack, you should. They sell out in Aussie all the time, and I think they've just started going further abroad. They went to the UK. At any rate, one half of that is Carlo Ritchie, who also, if you enjoyed this flavour of bullshit, you got to check out Hosting, the podcast. That's Carlo and Guy Montgomery. It's called Hosting. It's very funny stuff. This is a segment that Carlo Ritchie has hand-constructed for Happening number 5. Like Lou Bega. This is his contribution to the show. This is Carlo Ritchie with a bit, I think it's called Virtual Tours. So here's the first edition of Carlo Ritchie's Virtual Tours.
Come in. Yep, gather in, guys. Hi, everybody. My name's Carlo, and today I'm going to be taking you on a tour of Krakow's main square, the Główny Rynek, as they say in Polish. Thank you. Come in, guys. Come in. It's a very exciting tour. So let's kick off, shall we? Everybody ready? Groovy. All right. So, guys, I want you to imagine that behind me is a very large square with stone cobbles and gathering of different people from all around the world. Now, at just under 10 acres and just under 4 hectares, for those in the metric system, you'll know this is one of the largest, it is in fact the largest medieval square in Europe. So let's check it out, shall we, guys? So I want you to imagine that behind me is a really big old building. I want you to imagine it's got lots of windows and doors and kind of sculptures and stuff. That's the Sukiennica. Can you picture it? Great. So the Sukiennica, or cloth hall, was the center of trade here in the Krakow Market Square. In the 15th century, it had its golden age, with silks and ambers being exchanged for local goods like salt or lead. And I'm sorry, I thought I just spotted somebody in the crowd there that I recognized. Anyway, let's keep going, guys. So if we come around onto the northern side of the Sukiennica, wow, look at those massive doors. If we get around to the northern side of the Sukiennica, you'll see the solitary tower standing there. See, with red brick, and it's tall, not too tall. It's about, I would think, maybe 4 stories tall. You guys see that? And wow, what a tall tower all by itself. That is the Wieża Ratuzowa. That is the original town hall. Now, the majority of the town hall was demolished in the 1800s, and they just left the tower there. It was originally home of a prison and medieval torture chamber, but that's a whole other museum tour that you can go on later. Yeah, look at it there. And that's just one of the many impressive features of Pava? Sorry, guys. Oh, God, I'm seeing some blasts from the past today, guys. So let's keep going around, and we'll circle around the Sukiennica, and we'll get around, and you'll see one of the most formidable buildings here in the central market square, and that is the Kościół Mariacki. Now, if you can imagine, it's an 80-meter tall Gothic cathedral. That is the St. Mary's Basilica. Now, if you listen carefully, you can hear the trumpeter playing. Now, that is one of the sort of major features of this cathedral, and that is that every day, every hour, they play this old trumpet song. And this trumpet song is designed to be played for Paweł? Myślałem, że nie żyje. Co tu robisz? Nie idź, Paweł. Well, that concludes today's tour. I hope you guys had a good time. Go on. Was he real?
Carlo Ritchie there. Is there anything the man can't do? I don't think so. Just had a wave from someone named Jonathan, who's trying to add us on the old Skype box here. So why don't we give Jonathan a ring and see if we can get him on the blower, eh? Let me just, in case he picks up, shift this to the visible window for everybody. Hope everyone's doing well out there, by the way. Hope everyone's having a good old time. Unfortunately, despite the friendly wave, I'm not sure if Jonathan's actually there or not. Jonathan, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, Jonathan. Whoa.
I can't hear you.
There's some freaky sounds. Hey, bud. Are you... Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, fantastic. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing all right. I'm from the U.S.
What part of the US? US is massive.
Well, I'm from the South. I'm from Atlanta. I grew up in Atlanta, and then I moved to New York when I went to college.
You're in Atlanta now?
No, I'm in Mexico City.
Oh, shoot. What's going on there? Are people okay, or are people freaking out?
People aren't freaking out enough, honestly. The government here, I think we spoke over email earlier about there are people in this country. The governor of Puebla, which is just south of Mexico City, said that poor people are immune to coronavirus, and the government hasn't really done anything in this country at all so far to contain the virus.
Doesn't sound like the most useful advice to be giving a whole country of people.
Well, no, it's been a country in denial for the past few weeks. The president has been going around kissing babies and essentially campaigning for an election that's not even happening this year because he's afraid the economy is going to collapse.
Question that I have to ask you, though, Jonathan, and this is the important bit of being in Mexico at a time like this. What star sign are you?
I am a Pisces.
Okay, Pisces, the fish. Water sign there. True sign of a level head, and according to horoscope.com, on this, the 31st day of March 2020, it is love that matters, for love could appear to be moving far more slowly than you'd like, Pisces. Both you and your romantic interest may be overloaded with responsibilities now and unable to see each other much. If you're separated from your partner right now because of COVID, I'll be pretty impressed with this horoscope website. Is that the case, Jonathan?
No, I don't have a partner right now. All I've got is a dog, and he's right here, so...
Okay, well, maybe it's because of COVID. All I'm saying is your horoscope's dead on. It goes on. There's more.
Dead on.
It's frustrating, but you'll get through it. In the meantime, don't let your insecurities get the better of you. And just because your friend is busy doesn't mean that your relationship is on the rocks. Be patient. This sounds like terrible advice. That's like...
This is the worst advice. So what is this? Like...
Someone's gently nudging you to be like, oh, no, I can't hang out. I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit busy.
No,
and your horoscope's like persist.
Right now. Nobody can. Please don't listen to your horoscope and try to hang out with people. This is a public service announcement during this crisis. To not let horoscopes let us kill each other. It's a terrible idea. Right. Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the sound to him? Oh, okay, it did bugger off. Gutted. I was just testing yous, guys. Because what was happening there is we've got to double up on the Skype, and I'm trying to figure out how to fix it. Turns out
Here's a proper gem from L.com's horoscope for Pisces.
Oh yeah, we can trust L. Go.
As hard as it may be to get privacy for some Pisces, and as eerily easy as it is for others, finding daily spells in solitude can help you tune in to your deepest desires and do some necessary releasing and healing. I mean,
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know if this was written before people were going into quarantine, or but it's a self-fulfilling prophecy at this point. You know, I think those are the best horoscopes are when they write it after some event that everybody is collectively experiencing together. So then anything that they put out there is automatically true for anybody reading it, as is this.
The good thing about a website is you can get that out right after the news breaks. It's like stock trading, you know. We're going to find your best horoscope by just shopping around. cafeastrology.com.
Do it.
Do you want your whole week? We'll give you your whole week because we're at the start of the week.
Oh, man. I'm excited to hear what my week's going to be like.
Oh, actually, do you know what? astrologycafe.com has put up a special note concerning the coronavirus. Would you first like to hear that? Astrological transits continue in their cyclical ways no matter the current situation. Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
They should always be adapted to what is going on in your life in sensible ways. This applies at all times, but is particularly relevant now during the health crisis. A lot of reading between the lines there. We are not criminally liable. Please don't take this too seriously. We're all having a laugh. During the very vital quarantines, if the planetary transits are suggesting it's a great time to socialize, for example, it makes sense to adapt this to an online socializing. Let's be safe and protect one another through social distancing if possible. If possible.
Well, if possible. You know, as a Pisces, it might not be possible. I think that's the implication here, that it's, as this one, this from astrology-zodiac-signs.com says, Pisces are very friendly and often find themselves in a company of very different people. Astrology writers are not particularly good at grammar, it looks like. Pisces are selfless. They are always willing to help others without hoping to get anything back. Well, this is just general stuff now.
Well, hold on. Does it sound like you, though? Are you a selfless man, Jonathan, who does things exclusively for others?
I try to as much as I can, but I'll be honest. You know, I'm as I can be as selfish as the next person when I have to be. I spend a great deal of my time. Yeah.
Let me throw this at you. I've got an inkling. Were you the guy that I was talking to on the emails about the conspiracy corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That's cool. But what's like the craziest thing that you actually believe is true?
The craziest thing that I know is true.
Maybe not know, but like heavily suspect. Or do you have something in mind right now?
Well, I did. There's some crazy stuff. I'm a journalist, as I said in the email that we were talking earlier. I've reported from all over the world. I lived for about 3.5 years in Iraq and moved to Mexico about 6 months ago. I've been working on a story that I'm finishing. It's quite long, about a group of pro-Donald Trump activists and confidence men who scammed thousands of Americans out of millions of dollars to build a border wall that never ended up actually being on the border. And they convinced all these people that they had built a border wall to stop the evil migrants that were coming across the border, when in reality, of course, they couldn't actually build on the border. But they were able to make millions of dollars off of this. And they're now, well, I guess they stopped now, but they were building another wall in Texas that also wasn't technically on the border because the border is a river. And once anybody gets across, they can apply for asylum. And I thought that was absolutely crazy, because they ended up bringing in these actual confidence men who have records of smoking a shit ton of crack and getting extremely high and scamming old people out of gold. And they enlisted them as quote unquote patriots to defend this wall. And they started filming live videos of armed militiamen stopping hundreds of migrants at the border, and they were posting them on Facebook. And they did this for months until finally that guy got arrested. And now he's in the federal penitentiary for it. There's crazy stuff like this that happens all the time in the world that is just absolute nonsense. And in the coronavirus case, it's happening even more now. There are lots of people attempting to profit off of this by coming up with fake cures and stuff. In Iran, there are people dying by the hundreds because they're drinking. I believe it was a type of, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was a type of poison that they were being told would cure them because people are coming up with all these incredible, bizarre conspiracy theories. People like to profit off of tragedy as much as they can.
That's heavy shit, dude. Heavy
I'm trying
shit.
to keep it as light as I can.
You're doing a great job, though. You got a cool voice, and I like listening to it, but the information being delivered is heavy, which is fine.
I'll tell you
I
this.
want
I'll
a
tell you
fun
this.
one, though. I'm
non-heavy.
talking things
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
ancient aliens built the pyramids, stuff like that. Like, what's the
Dude,
craziest fun
okay.
one?
The craziest fun thing that I've heard today that's insane, I don't believe it, but I think this is the funniest shit that I've heard in terms of conspiracies today, was an astronomer who's claiming that coronavirus was started from space, that it's a space disease.
Space disease.
And that all these diseases are coming to the U.S. from asteroids that crash into Earth. You know?
Well, I'm pretty surprised that a virus can make it to Earth on a comet where some people are coming back from it, you know? Like, we're stronger than an impact of the planet from a comet.
That's a great way to think about it.
Yeah, it's called basic
I don't think
science,
that's how
people.
we think.
Jesus. And again, man, that wasn't that fun. I'm talking a crazy... Let me give you an example. And actually, I might let you go, Jonathan.
Okay, give me
Is
an
that cool?
example.
I'm
Give
going
me
to
an
let you
example
go.
of what
I'm going to free up the phone line. It's lovely to chat to you, though. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Please do.
This is Jonathan,
man.
everyone. One that I got, this isn't a Timbo original. This is, I had a drink with a somewhat big comedian and had a wonderful night out with them. And I kind of put the same question to them. I was like, I know that you read a lot of stuff. What's the craziest thing you believe? And he was like, that there are aliens that control the world that live in the middle of the planet. Like in the middle of planet Earth. They've got their own little area going on. And they're just controlling all the humans from inside of there. That's pretty cool. Like, that's a fun one, right? Just absurd, crazy nonsense. I've just been seeing a cool video from someone called Sarah, and I'm going to see if I can get it up on screen now for you, because that is the whole point of the show. You send me art, we share it, we celebrate it with the world. Here is a short film from Sarah.
Hey, the RSPCA. So, I know you can't help every single animal. Like, you can try and be heroes, but sometimes it just won't work. Get over it. Say if you get a sick wombat that's got a blocked little nose, you can give him some Panadol and he'll look at you with these eyes and say, hey, thank you. I'm gonna be okay. But maybe you'll also get, I don't know, a cockroach that's like had a heart attack and there's not much you can do because the defibrillator is too big for his chest. Sometimes though, I just think you need to be trying a little bit harder. Because I just walked past one of your shops and saw a vet giving the dogs the fuggliest haircuts I have ever seen. It was so embarrassing. As soon as I saw those dogs, I wanted to call Animal Rescue, but then I realized they had already been rescued, if you can even call it that, because oh my gosh, these are the most disgusting little haircuts. They're never gonna get adopted like that. One dog had all the fur on her body shaved off except for on her feet, so it looked like she was wearing shoes, and I literally shed a tear. If you really believe that no animal should be mistreated, then you need to stop giving your dogs these whack haircuts.
Don't hate the player, is all I'm saying. You're not going to believe this, but I did genuinely get sent something from someone called Skara just now. No one's going to believe this until I actually start playing it. And I shouldn't play stuff blind, but I mean, they sent it to me 3 minutes ago, and this is the thing I'm most excited about on this show, is that you can just send something in, and then I play it. So this is Secret Beetle in the chat and on Twitter at Secret Beetle, Beetle. Rather not have my last name used because my name's pretty rare. Cool, that's good. I'm pretty sure I didn't say it, so sorry about that if I did. I made this for the show. If you want it, I can make 3 more, so you can have a little segment, but I figured I'd see if you were keen on it before I made all of them. Well, we're all going to watch together, so everyone in the comments be as brutal as the good art critics I know that you all are, as we watch this all simultaneously for the first time.
So I figured everyone is probably pretty stressed out by all this, and I thought, well, I have some tarot cards here, so maybe I can do a little bit of a reading and see what we're in for. Cool. So, first card. What are the chances? You know, Hermit. Like we're all in here together. You know. We're all apart, but we're all reaching out to each other. We're all going to be fine. We just need to, you know, have some alone time. So that's fine. Okay, cool. So that's card number 1. Let's see what else is coming for us. Okay, card number 2. Now, that does look bad. But the thing is, it's a common misconception. So the cards aren't literal. I know it, you know, it doesn't look great. But this could just mean a change is coming. So, you know, now that we're all out in our little individual places, we're all holding steady. So, you know, we're going through a big change. And that's, you know, that's fine. That's okay, cool. So that's fine. What's the next? Next card is, I'm sure that's fine. So I get that probably looked pretty bad, but, you know, I'm still feeling pretty positive about it. You know, we're just going to stay home. It'll be fine. We're all going to be fine.
Thank you, Secret Beetle. That was real cool. I liked it a lot. Secret Beetle got a little bit embarrassed there that I played it straight off after she sent it in. But that's what I want. I want that stuff. We started the show with a cool South Carolinian band called Sex Brews. And that's how I want to end the show as well. So this is the end of Happening number 5. Thank you so much for joining me. Just before we go, I'll put all the contacts on screen again. Please tell your mates. Join in. Trying to put one of these together. It's probably going to be like twice a week, realistically. There's a lot of little bits you got to put together. It takes quite a lot of time to load all these things in. But I think at least 2 a week is pretty sustainable. So get everyone in there. I think we've... Excuse me, I wasn't ready yet, Tim. We've got almost 500 followers on Twitter, which is fantastic. I'll put some more content on the Facebook.com/ it was just on screen. I think it's This Is Happening show after the slash. But to end the show, here is cool South Carolinian band from Charleston, Sex Brews, with Rona, Ka kite anō. Stay safe out there. Love you all. Bye-bye.
$1 sign.
that don't mean that we all gotta be all alone. You know that we can make love over cellular phone. On the screen, you and me, and no need for Rona. And I'm getting text messages from my friends, and they look really important, so I open them. But 9 times out of 10, it's just that pic of the naked guy with the giant.
Am I the only one getting these messages?
I guess what I'm trying to say is we are gonna be okay, and you know we gonna find a way, just as long as we practice social distancing and don't touch each other.